We will indeed, for a Thursday night here on One Radio 92.7. Good evening. Hi, I'm Paul.
I'm Trudy.
And we are here once again for the 7 o'clock show. Good evening. How are you doing tonight? How are you doing, Trudy?
I'm doing really good. What a great
you sound
day.
like you've had about 17 energy drinks, I should say. We can't say brand names here at One. Okay, so welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us. We've got a cracking show for you tonight. Music from Arctic Monkeys, the Veronicas. Of course, we'll have James Arthur in there as well. We've got a bit of Lenny Kravitz coming up for you. I know, blast from the past. It's going to be totally awesome.
And we've got the year of request. What a big year. We've got 1999 this year.
I was 19.
I was 5. Do you remember 1999?
Of course.
What a massively huge year. End of the century. We all thought we were going to... All the computers would blow up. We couldn't get cash out cash points.
Y2K.
Yes.
That's right. It was a panic, wasn't it?
And nothing happened.
I know.
Either someone was very good at making sure it didn't happen, or it just was one big story. We've also got the Paul and Trudy with our special guest.
Indeed. And as it's a Thursday, every Thursday here at the 7 o'clock show, we do have a special guest. Tonight, we have got Ivan Grech from Winter Moods. He's in the building. He's in the building right now. He'll be joining us very shortly. We'll play some music for you first, because we've just arrived and we need to relax and, get into it.
I love what you're doing with your arms
That
there.
was my rubber band dance move.
Please don't ever do that in a nightclub if I'm there.
Don't worry, I never do it. This is why I work in the radio and not the television. Apparently to do with my dancing and the shape of my face.
I'll just walk away.
Anyway, it's just after 7 o'clock, literally 5 minutes past. Let's keep going with some music.
What have you got for us?
I've got Wilkinson. I love this.
Ooh.
It's been around for a bit now, but it's just got a really cool sound to it, you know?
Nice.
Afterglow on One Radio. Good evening. So then, Wilkinson and Afterglow for you. It's One Radio 92.7. Good evening and welcome to the 7 o'clock show. I'm Paul.
And I'm Trudy.
And we are joined, as usual, by a very special guest tonight. We'd like to welcome to the studio, it's exciting, Ivan Grech from Winter Moods.
It's extra special tonight, isn't it?
Ivan, how are you?
Oh, very good, thank you.
A good day? A good day?
Very good day indeed. It was a day about music.
Ah, good.
Yeah, I'm doing a song with other artists.
Right, sure.
Different bands.
Collaborating artists.
Yes, so that's always a nice thing to do.
Yeah, great.
I've got a ton of questions about your collaborating and supporting and blah, blah, blah later on. But you've had a good day.
Very good day, yes.
And thank you for joining us here in the
It's a
studio.
pleasure. Thanks for inviting me. It's
No problem at all.
I know the program is fun, so... It's
you heard that, did you,
Yes.
on the grapevine?
Yes.
Good.
Oh, good.
We're doing all right, Trudes.
Yeah.
They might let
Everyone
us
said
stay.
it's fun and stuff.
Good.
why not?
Sweet. I've got a question. Okay, so our year of request, we asked you what was a special year for you, and you came back and you told us 1999, which is the year of request today. Why? What was special about 1999 for you?
There was a change in my personal life as well. Things changed to the better.
My goodness,
Nice.
we've just gone intimate straight away.
I know.
And we were finishing an album with the band, which was the how do you say a real started to peak
Right.
our career
Sure.
with an album called Morning Gale, which we were working on, which just launched us into a new sort
fantastic.
of thing, which I just remember that year, even in music. There was so much going on, and our music was being played on radios in America and stuff.
Wow.
Great.
So we
really?
used to hear all this American music from that era. So I'll let you. I don't know what
No, it's a good point you bring up, actually,
Yeah.
because I've got a list of some of the music that was around in 1999. You know, it was debut for Britney Spears
Yes.
in 19...
Get
Yeah.
Oh, so we started with the
Wow.
lows. 1999, obviously. All right.
She had Baby One More Time, Hit Me Baby One More Time.
That was a
Remember
good song, actually.
Yeah, you know, I'm a secret fan of Britney.
It was a good song.
Ever since before she shaved her head. Since
Yes.
then, I kind of became less of a fan, to be
I'm
honest.
sorry.
Before
okay.
all the modifications and everything. I mean.
The babies, the husband, the shaved head. Not into
Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay, I'm looking at you here, Paul. I'm looking at you going, what?
Why?
Britney Spears? Seriously?
It's hot stuff, man.
I mean, I know it wasn't the Hit Me Baby One More Time was the one that she did with in the school. Is that the right?
Yeah, that's right.
The first one.
Can I just point out? I say Britney Spears is the one that she did in the school, and the boys in the studio go, yeah, it was.
Hence the reason why I like the song. Also the same year, because you had the big Britney Christina thing going on. She released in the same year with her Genie in a Bottle.
Yes.
You got to rub me the right way, she said in that song.
So far we've got two songs with
voice-wise,
two young
Christina's
girls.
You know.
Do you think she's best? Yeah, I agree.
Voice-wise, absolutely. I mean, Christina Aguilera's voice is amazing. You know.
Also, Chemical Brothers, Hey Boy, Hey Girl.
Yes.
Great big song of the year. I've actually got another song for you here. You should be able to hear this, Ivan, even though you haven't got headphones on, but I'll crank it in Trudy's ears, and so that you'll be able to hear it.
I'll now be deaf.
So this was from 1999, today's year of request. Massive song of the year. Do you know it?
Dance all night with it at the end.
Yeah. Ricky Martin, Living La Vida Loca. His debut as well, was it? In the UK it was his debut.
No. That was the World Cup song.
Really?
Yes.
Because he's Spanish, right?
He's not Mexican. No, not Spanish.
You're not thinking of Enrique Iglesias.
No, I'm not thinking of Enrique. No, Ricky Martin, right?
Yeah, no, this one. I love him.
I think he had a World Cup song.
Right,
something
okay.
about Maria or something.
Maria, I'm sure that was his. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought that was his second. But anyway, this song was in the year.
Facebook.com.
Yes, check it out. I think Maria was before this one.
Okay, go onto Facebook, facebook.com/One Radio Malta if you know the answer, and just put us out of our misery, will you please?
Yeah, we've clearly done our research well today. So Ivan's in the house. Ivan, a pleasure to have you here. We've got loads coming up. Trudy's got False or Trudy a little bit later on, which I'm very excited about. And of course, we'll be taking a look at some of the big films from 1999 as well as chatting to you, Ivan. If you have a question for Ivan, get in touch with the show tonight, live at one.com.mt, or you can SMS us if you like, 5061 5011. It's 58 cents.
And you can get in touch with us on Facebook, facebook.com/One Radio Malta.
And we're here until 8:15. But right now, some Bastille.
Oh, love it.
To the flames, things that I adore.
Great stuff with Bastille, Things We Lost in the Fire. Good evening, I'm Paul.
I'm Trudy.
And we're joined today by, of course, Ivan from Winter Moods. Ivan, how you doing?
Very good, thank you.
Good, thank you. I'm a little bit... I want to play Ricky Martin now.
Oh, good Lord.
Because we're talking about 1999. And when we played a bit of it then, I got a bit excited.
It is a good song.
I might play it a bit later.
You're bouncing up and down in your chair. It's embarrassing.
I know, I'm sorry about that. Anyway, we are, of course, talking to Ivan today.
So listen, Ivan, just in case there are people listening who are not familiar with you and or Winter Moods and what you're doing at the moment, tell us all about it. Who are you? What is Winter Moods?
Okay, Winter Moods is a local band. We're from the south. We're from Sanglia.
Sanglia, eh?
Yes.
Nice.
We've been together not very long, actually, for about nearly 30 years.
So you started when you were 2?
Sort of, yeah.
Yes.
3, actually. Yes. We started in 85, so we'll soon be...
Wow.
We've got the 6th album coming up. We've done big concerts, like 10,000 people and stuff like that.
And what kind of music are you?
It's pop rock. It's pop rock, and it's very true. We sort of do songs that reach out to people and people can relate to, because everything I write, especially in the lyrics, is no fiction. It's everything we've been through, our friends been through, and so it's that kind of music. It's uplifting.
You don't happen to get people coming up to you after they've listened to a song and saying, "Is that about me? Is that about me? I'm going to sue you. That's about me."
Yeah, it actually people relate to them very much, and they actually say, this song means a lot to me, or this song, it just struck me at the right time, and things like that.
So you let it slip there that you actually write a lot of the songs. Is that right?
Yes.
And what else? You're the singer. Am I right in thinking
I'm
you're
the singer in a band, and I'm a songwriter as well. I write lyrics, I compose songs, I play a bit of keyboards, and
Wow.
How did it all start for you guys? Like, what are you old friends from Sanglia, or?
Yes, all old friends from Sanglia. I'm the young. At the time, I was the youngest one with the band. Actually, our guitarist one of the founders of the band, passed away last year.
Oh, I'm very sorry to hear it.
So, but yeah, life goes on, forward. We keep him in our hearts. And,
It's quite rock and roll as well, isn't it?
Yes.
To have a band member that sadly passed away, but afterwards it's quite rock and roll for the
he
band.
was the Keith Richards of
fantastic,
Malta. That type of guy,
Yeah.
no put on, nothing. He was just like that. God rest his soul.
Great.
So, but as I said, life goes on, and we're working on new music now. New album coming out very soon.
I have a question. If he's the Keith Richards, who are you?
Well, I'm the most unlikely of. I'm just an ordinary man who sings in a band, basically.
You just turn up on a
He was
Saturday
the
night.
opposite.
Right.
But I'm just an ordinary man who sings in a band and tries. I love music and I want to share it with people. I hate the star sort of thing.
Yeah, I have to agree. Like, we have quite a few guests in here,
Yeah.
often from the music background, and it's so nice when we have a guest who's just down to earth, like yourself, who's just a normal person, gets up, has cornflakes for breakfast, or maybe a pastizzi.
Exactly.
There's nothing special about it.
I always have a Rennie before the pastizzi and one after. That's a very good thing. Or either you squash it and put it in the pastizzi.
You hide it in the pastizzi.
Then everything is done. It's
Two
done
birds
already.
with one stone.
Yeah, as I was saying, it's feet to the ground. I mean, I hate the star thing because stars are unreachable. We're not. And I'm just a singer in a band who wants to put the message through to people, and thank God a lot of people like it.
A really great stance to take, I think.
That made me think of, when you were saying that, it made me think of a question that we had with some of our other guests. And what is that thing called? I've forgotten the phrase.
It's the rider.
Yay,
What's
there
your
you go.
rider?
What's your rider?
My God,
When you're playing
All
a
right,
gig,
let me tell you.
I'll just explain to the listeners, when you're playing a gig as a pop band or an artist, you sometimes get the option of a rider, which is what you'd like backstage
Yes.
for you, right? Okay, so what's
It's
your...
usually not I mean, it's usually asked, so it's not an
Right.
option. You usually have to send it.
Right.
So it's a technical rider, which is what you need with sound and stuff,
Yeah.
and what the requirements of the backline amplifiers, and then there is the rider of the green room or the
Yes.
the back room.
So what's yours?
We've played with a lot. Ours is just beer.
Pastizzi and Rennie's, that's
Not
it.
pastizzi before the concert, not before the concert. So it's usually just beer, vodka, and
Okay.
stuff like
Obviously, we always condone drinking responsibly because it's
that.
before
Of
9
course,
o'clock.
of
We have
course,
to...
But we drink a bit before and a lot after. It's all contained. We have transport. Do not drink and drive.
Okay,
Do
fantastic.
not drink and sing.
Okay, so listen, we've got to go. We've got to play some more music, but we'll get back to you very shortly, Ivan. It's the 7 o'clock show. Good evening, I'm Paul.
I'm Trudy.
And we are here until 8:15. It's currently 23 minutes past 7, and we've got music from the year 1999 with Lenny Kravitz and American Woman.
Ooh.
Coming up next, here on One.
Malta's pride on the FM dial. 92.7 FM. One Radio.
Great stuff. Lenny Kravitz from 1999 with American Woman. That's our American Woman. That's our year of request today. You guys, obviously with Ivan from Winter Moose, I just need to mention if you've just joined us. And I'm Paul.
And I'm Trudy.
Have you guys met Lenny Kravitz at all?
I've seen him in concert. No,
Have
I
you?
haven't, man.
Is he good live?
He is very good live.
Really?
I've seen him in Rotterdam about 2 years ago.
Fantastic.
And I've seen so much concerts because I've lived abroad for the last 4 years, 2 years in Dublin and 2 years in London.
Right, okay.
So, the people at the O2 Arena got used to us. Like, hello, they became friends.
Here they are again, okay.
We've seen about 51 concerts or something like that,
Really?
which was
Wow.
amazing. So, but he was very good live.
Yeah.
The energy in the concert is amazing. But we've seen a lot of good stuff.
We were just saying that off air, actually, I was saying, for me, all his songs, when they're released, they just sound like classics immediately.
Yes.
Do you feel that, Trudes? Have you met him?
At that time.
I have met him. I did
You've met everyone.
Well,
have you
yeah.
danced with him? Normally you've danced with these.
No, I danced with Seal and William
Seal.
Shatner, but not him.
William
No,
Shatner.
William Shatner.
William Shatner.
Captain's log, Stardate. I dance with Trudy.
Beam me up, Scotty. I met him and he was a very, very cool dude. I love the way he walked.
Kravitz?
Yes.
Not William Shatner. No.
No, he had a wheelchair.
So William Shag.
Zimmer frame. He had a little Zimmer frame. I'll dance with you, Trude. I'm coming.
Oh, come here, Trudy. Let me dance with you.
Sit on my knee.
Let me show you my enterprise.
Was Spock there? Was Captain Spock with him?
Leonard Nimoy was with him, and I have to say I was very disappointed. No pointy ears.
Oh.
Spock has no pointy ears.
So it was Leonard Nim.
Yeah.
Without the oi.
No oi.
Exactly.
Where was the oi?
If you've just joined the mayhem, it's the 7 o'clock show with myself.
And Trudy.
And of course with
Spock,
Ivan
Captain
from
Spock, yeah.
Captain Spock's hiding under the
Star Trek
table.
Enterprise.
That's right. And Ivan from Winter Moods. We're here till 8:15.
I got some questions. Okay, my first tiny question before I ask you. Where in London were you at?
I was living in Notting Hill.
Oh, very nice.
Ladbroke Grove. It was a great area.
Ladbroke, because I'm actually from London, but not the posh part. Very nice. Well done, you.
Yeah.
Essex girl.
Shut up.
Did you go to the carnival, Notting Hill Carnival?
No, we stayed away from there because they passed from the same road we were living, so
Right.
it was kind of mayhem, you know.
Yeah, get out.
Every wall becomes a
latrine.
yes, a latrine. You say that in English?
Yes, yes.
What is latrine?
Is it?
Yeah, so in English it's latrine.
Yes.
You kidding me?
Well, no, wait,
Toilet.
Lou.
Lou.
Yes, yeah. More
Which
like
is short for
a
latrine,
urinal.
I suppose.
Is it?
Yes,
yes,
sure.
Okay.
that's it.
Anyway.
So tell me something. So you've just told us that you've been away for 4 years. You've just
Yes.
come back to Malta.
Yes.
And so how long have you been back in Malta?
I've been here since June now.
Okay.
And for the moment we're here. I don't know what's happening next.
And you're
but-
happy to be back?
Yes, you know, I used to I'm coming back and forth because I miss Malta. It's like I don't know. There's no place like Malta.
Oh, there's
sorry,
no place.
it's like-
No, I agree. I'm absolutely with you on that one. Sensible question now.
Yeah.
We were talking off air again about people that you've met or played with, and I know that you've played with Bryan Adams, and also Elton John, Bob Geldof, so on and so forth. Who is the most prolific person, the person that impressed you the most, the person that had the biggest impact on you that you played with?
That I've played. It has to be Bryan Adams.
Really?
Wow,
Yes,
I didn't
he's
expect
such
that.
a gentleman.
Really?
He's such a gentleman. And he goes on stage, you know, no frills, no nothing, just rock and roll to the biggest, probably the biggest concert in Malta, because I think there were about 18,000 or something. So it was the biggest concert in Malta with the crowd, and even the energy on that stage was something amazing. And he's just this little guy with a big heart who comes and speaks to you. He came and saw us playing, and he spoke to us. It's just down to earth, you know, the whole package.
Back up, because I had my biggest teenage crush was on Bryan Adams.
Okay.
And
Don't we know it here
you
at the
just-
7 o'clock show?
Yeah.
You just called him a little guy. Is he short?
Yes, he is.
Is
No!
he? I was going to say, because you don't see
No.
much of Bryan Adams in interview, you know, not on stage. So I don't really know much about
Well, he's
him
got very bad
personally.
Well, are you saying he's usually there and you don't see him because he's short? Come on, no, you're being nasty.
Wow. Is he really that short?
He's quite short actually. Yes.
You've just blown my teenage crush out of the water.
well, you know, that doesn't make.
He
that
can
doesn't
wear
make
heels.
Yeah,
You know.
Okay, that's
Stand him
not
on a box.
There,
not
are,
something
there
we
are
need
ways
talk
to
about.
handle. You know.
Okay, this is going in a very bad direction. Okay, if that's the person that you have played with that had the biggest impact on you, most
Yes.
impressed you, who would you most like to perform with?
Anyone in the world,
U2,
alive or
Bono,
dead.
You know. U2.
Bono.
Yes.
U2 and Bono.
Wow.
Absolutely. I've met Bono in Ireland, and he is exactly what he preaches. You know. It's,
Really?
Yeah, there's something
Genuine.
about
You
the
feel
guy.
a sincerity about him.
There's an aura about him of peace and giving, and you know, he's just a great man.
So I've got a question on similar lines, talking about the people you have played with. Not so much who was the biggest influence on you or your career or your style, but who was the most fun? Who was a good laugh? I'm thinking, I'm not a fan of Bob Geldof's, right? Even though he's done a lot of good stuff in the
Right.
world. He just annoys me as a personality. But tell me, who was the most fun?
Most fun, I think it had to be.
Difficult,
It's a
isn't
good
it?
one. Yeah, it
Because
is.
everyone's working, I guess, when you're gigging.
But I think it was with Joseph Calais and Michael Bolton actually. Because
he's a friend of the show, Calais. He's been where you're sitting
well, did
now.
you have him here? You
Yeah.
probably lost a lot of people from the audience. He probably went down the ratings.
He's probably
you know.
listening.
Yes. No, he's such a great guy, you know, and the talent is amazing. But there was Michael Bolton as well over, and there were a lot of Bollinger bottles
Okay.
involved. And after I'm sorry.
So
No, that's
drinking.
okay.
Sensible
We condone
drinking.
drinking responsibly. of
No,
course.
okay. I had to name the company. Okay, no, fine.
Don't worry, don't worry.
And we went to the dinner after, cigars and singing all night. It was quite
Nice.
well the night, yes.
Nice.
I'm going to just ask, I'm going to shoot a question back, if you don't mind for a second. I'm going to ask Paul, because you said you don't like Bob Geldof. I actually sat next to him in a restaurant, and we shared a table.
Did you dance with him?
With the Zimmer frame. And he came and sat on our table, asked if he could sit on a table. I was there with a friend. And because we let him sit on the table that we were at, because this very packed restaurant, he actually paid for our meal.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But why don't you like him?
I just think he's annoying.
He's not the best of characters.
Just give us your money, give us your money, give us your money. I wouldn't mind keeping it for myself a little bit. You know what I mean? No, of course. He's done big things for music
he
and
did.
for charity.
I
of
don't
course.
mind him for that.
I just think he's a bit
his-
annoying. That's all. You know?
His character is quite.
And who calls their daughter Peaches? I mean, for me, it's just strange.
Somebody who misses fruit. I don't know.
I'm going to call my daughter Fruit Salad in a tin.
Hey, listen, you could call your son Banana. That would all be wrong, wouldn't it?
Bonanno with the O.
Exactly.
Banano.
Don't go there.
There's a surname Bonanno in Malta, but it's with the O. Okay. Bonanno.
Bonello. Like,
Bonanno.
Bonanno?
Yeah, that's the
that
surname.
works. There you go. Could have banana, banano.
Have a good year.
So we've got more music from the year, by the way.
Okay.
Quickly looking at 1999. I don't know if you remember Cher with "Do You Believe in Life After Love?"
With the vocoder.
with the vocoder.
That is very important because.
Was it a vocoder or was it auto-tune?
No, it was vocoder.
Yeah.
It was the real thing, and all of a sudden, every song in that year,
Yeah.
in the dance scene, was using a vocoder.
And then a few years later, they realised you could auto-tune voices,
Yes,
and it
as
sounded
well.
similar.
Yes.
So they used to all do that.
Beautiful moment listening to you guys sing together. That was really sweet. Feel free to do it again.
Singing a Cher song
Singing
as well.
Cher.
You know?
Yeah.
Singing
Song.
Cher.
We're sharing a share
We're
song.
sharing a Cher
Because
moment.
you're bound to share. Well, it's there to share.
I love sharing.
Oh my.
One for you, Trudes. Madonna had "Beautiful Stranger" in this
Why is
year.
that for me?
I thought you were a big fan of Madonna. In the 80s only,
yeah.
is it?
Okay, well, yeah. No, she's all right.
I'm blue and dab and dee dab and
Oh,
die.
yeah.
That was
Oh.
awful. Eiffel 65.
65, yeah.
1999. I got one more for you then. Leanne Rimes, "Can't Fight the Moonlight." Not a personal favourite of mine, but
Not
it was
either.
huge.
Yeah, I know.
How did that go?
Cut the moonlight, oh. Something like that.
Was it the Coyote Ugly?
Coyote Ugly.
Yeah,
That's
you
the
know.
film it was in. Dancing on the Bar. Loved it.
I've just noticed a fact. If ever I go to a pub and they have a quiz night on, and the topic is music, Ivan, I'm either going to be on your team or
Okay.
just walk out the
texting you.
pub. Do you know what I mean?
know, yeah.
Seriously, is there anything you don't know about music?
No, music and films.
But he wouldn't know the answer to that question.
Yeah, there might be actually. I'm more into the rock and pop rock stuff and things like that. And
Right.
dance is not my favorite. But yeah,
Okay, so if there comes a quiz night and it's all about pop and rock music, I can phone you up
Yeah,
and say,
of course.
Ivan, can you come with me?
Yes,
There's a big
do.
prize.
You'll win.
They've got a box of chocolates that they want to hand away, Mars bars and everything. Come
Promise.
with me. Absolutely
Yep, you'll
brilliant.
win for sure.
A couple more for you then. "Flat Beat" by Mr. Wazzo. Don't know if you remember it when mwop, mwop,
Yeah, I know the song.
mwop.
Mwop,
And the
mwop.
advert was the music
But
video
you're going
was.
in the top 40s here, aren't you?
I'm
You're
going,
not going into the real-
mainly top 60s. Actually.
Yeah. top 60.
No, I was
Of
relying
the-
on you to bring in the alternative
No,
music from the
there was a lot of. I remember what I used to listen to at that particular year,
Sure.
and maybe the year after, because I chose 2 years and you. But there were, then there came Train with Drops of Jupiter.
Yes.
Oh, that was
That was
mint.
Live with Dolphins Cry. All the great stuff. There was the American band called With Arms Wide Open.
With Arms Wide Open. I
Creed.
know it. I know.
No,
Creed.
Yes.
Matchbox 20.
That's a tune.
Oh, Matchbox 20.
My wife's favorite.
They had Disease out in that year, Matchbox
Yes.
20, didn't they? And Santana. He was in
Yeah, with Rob
Santana
Thomas with
Smooth
Santana,
as well.
Yes. The American, there was Vertical Horizon with the Best I Ever Had.
Because
Great year for music.
Yeah, well, it was, because there was just so much anticipation of what was going to happen, and it just felt like everybody put their creative energy into 1999.
Yes.
And then you look at the charts in 2000, they were rubbish.
Yeah, everything fell apart.
Absolute
That's because
rubbish.
everyone was leading up for big songs at the end of the world for Y2K, you know, and then in 2000 we realised, oh, that didn't happen. So,
Okay.
anyway,
Leave them out.
talking of music, we have to play some more. James Arthur for you now on One Radio. It's a 7 o'clock show. We're joined by Ivan from Winter Moods here until 8:15. Hi, I'm Paul.
I'm Trudy.
And we'll be back in just a moment. It's 43 minutes past 7. Good evening.
Love, we're falling down, but I'm loving how it tastes.
Oh, yes, 46 minutes past 7. Good evening. It's the 7 o'clock show. Hello, good evening. I'm Paul.
I'm Trudy.
And, of course, we are joined by Ivan from Winter Moods. Thanks for joining us so long. You're staying to the end of the show, yeah? Till
Yes,
8:15.
I'm having fun.
Fantastic.
Oh, you minx.
Enjoying your company.
Trudy's going to start grilling you later
Okay.
with some questions. But first, we're in our year of requests today, chosen by Ivan. It's 1999. Guys, I've got the top 10 films from 1999. I'm just going to ask you whether you've seen them, if you'd watch them again. Okay, so in at number 10... It's a really good year for films as well, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. So in at number 10 is Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. Seen it?
It's with William Shatner.
It's
No, I've seen a movie.
Yeah,
it was
would you
quite-
watch it again?
Quite funny. Yes, I would.
Trudes.
I would actually.
It's a good movie, isn't it?
Yes.
It's Mike Myers,
Yes.
the guy who did Wayne's World.
Yeah,
Wayne's
yeah, yeah.
World. Anyway, number 9, American Beauty. Do you know?
Yes, that was
Great
Kevin
film.
Spacey.
That was Kevin Spacey
Yes.
with Annette Bening.
Yes.
I have that at home on DVD, and I watch it over and over again. It's one of my favourite films.
The DVD's got a picture of her naked with
Yes,
rose petals.
flowers.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Rose-
It's an absolutely epic
It
film.
is. There's
It's
the
a
weirdness and the reality about it is just amazing.
Was it starring Mina Savari? I don't know why I'm asking you. I've got it here. No, it wasn't. Okay, so number 8. This one's for you, Trudes. The World Is Not Enough. James Bond, Pierce Brosnan, of course. Seen it?
I've seen it. I never liked Brosnan
No,
much.
me
as Bond.
neither. Me neither. He's your favourite, isn't he?
I'm sorry.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, just because he's absolutely gorgeous.
As
bit
Bond,
old, though,
I'm not
isn't he?
saying he's not.
No one's ever too old.
Okay, fine. Number 7, top 10 films in 1999. Notting Hill, where you used to live, Ivan.
It's amazing. You know, Hugh Grant
Yeah.
and Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
That was when they got together, wasn't it, on
Yes.
Notting Hill?
So,
and
yeah.
then he was caught with a prostitute in the US, and then they split up. Is that what happened? If it isn't,
No,
I apologise.
No. He wasn't. He was dating someone else, not her.
Not-
Right,
In real
right.
life.
Okay, don't panic. He's not listening.
Because I really like him.
Oh, okay. Okay, so number 6 in the year, The Mummy.
That's the first one. The first one was okay. There was some good expectations, and you went and see it, had fun. But then they started doing the second and the third. And
I agree the first one is a fun film, but would you watch it again?
yes,
Really?
I would. It's a
I
fun
would.
film.
I just don't think it's worth it.
Yeah,
I've
the-
never
you know,
seen it.
The first
No?
one, especially, yes. This is-
You would? I've
Yes.
never seen it. To see people wrapped up in bandages.
Yeah, but I'm fascinated with Egypt and all that thing.
No, it's a
so,
film about
you know.
parenthood.
What?
The Number 5 in 1999.
Ba-dum-tsh.
This is a strange one. When we were doing our research on this, Tarzan, right, was number
Yes.
5. And this had Minnie Driver, Tony Goldwyn. This is old, surely. But I don't remember
heard of
it.
I don't remember it.
Yeah, I have an idea, but it wasn't the Tarzan we knew.
No.
I think he was flying saucers.
Tarzan of the
Absolutely,
future.
it's the worst one of them all. I don't really.
I totally don't remember it. Okay, so top 4 then. Films from 1999. Number 4, The Matrix.
Yes.
Would you watch it again?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Number 3, Toy Story 2.
Yep. I've
Good
watched
film,
them
I
all.
think, yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Good family film. No, Truth?
I don't know if I've seen it or not.
Okay, it's to infinity and
No,
beyond.
I've seen Toy Story. I'm not sure I've seen the
Buzz
second one.
Ah, exactly the same.
Oh, okay, yes, I'd watch it again then.
Number 2, with Bruce Willis, The Sixth Sense.
Yeah. Well, that's an epic.
Good
it's
film,
one of
that.
the best movies ever made.
That's the one
The
where...
only thing that you have to watch, you cannot, you can watch it again, but you know the answer. That movie,
Yeah.
you know, just materializes at the end.
Okay, because I do have this on DVD, and it
you
is
seen
one of
it?
my favourite films, and I've seen it over and over again.
Okay.
But here's the question. When you saw it the first time, did you guess the end of the plot?
There was one instant, honestly, when the mother walks in the house and the boy is having a conversation with Bruce Willis, and she just acted like it was normal for him to be there. She just walked in and just spoken to the child and walked on. That made me think a bit. I said,
bad
"That's
mother.
funny." There was something really funny, but I can't tell the plot was given away.
Because there was an
Yeah,
epic
yeah.
thing amongst my friends that we all went to see it, and everybody went, yeah, I knew within the first few minutes. I had no idea
Really?
until the end of the film, and then went,
Yes, that
Yeah.
was...
You're talking about The Sixth Sense, of course, which is
Yes.
the second
Yes.
biggest film in 1999. I've seen the film. I know it was an epic film. I remember it being one of the two slower films that Willis did at the time, because he did Unbreakable
That
as
was
well, very
awful.
similar. Yeah. But this epic twist at the end, I can't remember. I don't know what happened.
but he's dead.
Okay, then you-
Don't
Oh,
ruin it for the
sorry.
listeners.
Sorry.
This is like a guide.
This is a film from 1999, if they haven't seen it now.
Sorry, guys, we had to tell you the actor was dead. But sorry, you can watch it. Yeah, sorry, we had to tell you.
No, don't worry.
Oops.
The number one film then, 1999. I mean, it's a bit obvious. It almost grossed at $1 billion. It was 924 million. It was Star Wars Episode 1, The
Yes,
Phantom
the
Menace.
first one, yes.
Yeah. With Liam Neeson, Ewan McGregor, Natalie
Yeah.
Portman, Jake
I'm a big
Lloyd.
fan of science fiction and all that. So
You're a Star Wars fan?
Yes.
Good work, Trudes.
Totally disappointed.
Oh, come on.
I hated it. I hated Jar Jar Binks.
So did I.
the
So did
film.
I.
I love the film, but Jar Jar Binks ruined it
And don't
for
you
me.
think very young Anakin is a little bit whiny? No,
Slap
for
him
me-
round the top of the head. Shut up, you.
Yes, you can drive a pod racer. Doesn't mean you're going to be any good in rush hour. You know.
Again, then they made the second one, the third one. They weren't.
I think the second and third were personally a bit. I enjoyed them more, but anyway.
I haven't seen
then the
second and
first one.
third.
You mean?
Yeah, I
They
did.
did another 3, right?
Yes.
And they will keep getting more digital and more.
Yes,
digital.
yes.
The last one, especially, was so. I don't know. The first one was very interesting, though.
Yeah, there you have it. Heard first on this show, Ivan prefers Star Wars Episode 1
Yes.
out of all of them. Good work.
Out of the 3.
The 3 new ones,
But I love
which are
the-
actually the older ones in the
Okay,
story.
ultimately,
Yes.
which is your ultimate favourite of all time Star Wars film?
Star Wars film is The Empire Strikes Back.
Is it?
Yes.
Which is number 5.
Yes.
Right.
Is
yeah.
that when Harrison Ford and what's it get it together?
Don't know. No, because don't know.
No.
I also
Don't know.
quite
This
fancied
is where-
Harrison Ford. Big crush on him.
Okay. Anyway, if you've just joined us, this isn't a science fiction show. We're actually talking about the top 10 films of 1999, and that was it. Thanks, guys, for playing
Hey!
along. It's the 7 o'clock show. Good evening. We're joined with Ivan Grech from Winter Moods. He's in the studio. We're here until 8:15 tonight. Talking of 1999, I have another song for you. We were chatting about it off air. It's Smooth, Santana and Rob Thomas. Great tune.
Oh, love it.
So good evening. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back just after this. Great song from the year. It's all right. You can whistle along, Trude.
God, now I'm laughing.
An insight into what happens in the studio when the
sits here
mic's
and
turned off.
whistles.
That's right. Rob Thomas with Santana and Smooth from 1999. It's our year of request today. But we're not for the whole show because we do play modern music as well.
My, modern music.
We're-
How frightfully lovely.
We're so forward thinking. Welcome to the show. It's the 7 o'clock show. Hello, I'm Paul.
I'm Trudy.
And we're joined by Ivan from Winter Moods. Oh, yes.
What a dude.
Guys, we've got like 15 minutes left, so Trude, grill him.
Okay, here we go. Are you ready for this?
Yes,
This
go
is
for
the
it.
tricky question time.
Okay.
Who's been the biggest influence on your career?
Bono from U2.
Wow,
from
you
YouTube,
really
yeah.
like that guy,
Yeah,
don't you?
yeah. I like the band. I love the band.
Okay, so why? Well, how has that been an influence?
Because I wanted to
musically
join
or-
a band after I've seen U2 on television doing a live concert. I said I definitely want to join a band.
That's what you wanted to do?
Yes.
So you went out and put a notice on the board and people came
No,
along
there
and-
was the band was already running from 1983, so the singer left and I joined.
Oh, wow.
Ah,
You
you were
walked
the new
into it.
I
voice.
was only 15 actually.
Oh, my
Really.
word.
So
Wow.
they've been going on even longer, like 31
Wow.
years or something.
Okay. Which do you prefer, studio or live?
Live.
Really?
Absolutely.
You like the feedback from the audience when
Yes,
they're there.
it's what it's all about. You know, it's
Big
just
buzz.
another world. It's home for me.
Okay, a similar question to one I asked before. What's the best venue you've ever played at?
Well, it wasn't the biggest crowd was at Fossos in Floriana.
Yes,
But
yes.
we've played one in the Valletta waterfront, which is like bang into the harbor with Sengler in front of
Yeah,
us. There were a bit less people, but I think it was more intimate, and I just loved it more.
What a great backdrop as well to a gig.
Yes,
But if you were looking, I guess you were looking into the harbour, so you were
Yes.
looking across the water.
Yes,
That's great
Sengler
for you
was
as
in front
well.
of us. Yeah,
That's right, because often the band get the worst view, you
Yes.
know, at these gigs, because they're in front of the epic view with the stage. That's
Right.
really,
Yes.
really cool, really cool.
Where would you most like to play? If you could have any
God.
venue. I mean, if you could, yeah, do you know what I mean?
The Moon.
Well, we've played
Okay,
a couple
reasonable.
of, Cologne was like 30,000 to 70,000
Wow.
people, so
Wow.
we played around. But I would really love to play the O2 Arena in London.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
You know, but just as an opening act, or I mean, it's hard for a band like us to do the O2 Arena. They have to be worldwide. But that's I would love to do that. Yeah.
It's a funny old
Open.
thing because the O2 Arena, I can remember that being built,
Yes.
and it was supposed to be a temporary thing. It was
For the
only
millennium.
Yeah, it was only
Yes.
supposed to
The
be
Millennium Dome, it was
Yes.
called.
there for,
wasn't
right,
it?
and it
Exactly.
was supposed to be there for 10 minutes, and lo and behold, many years later, they're still flogging tickets.
Isn't
It worked.
isn't it some of it a car park now? Did I hear that right?
Car park.
Part of the Millennium Dome is a car park?
I don't
Did
think so.
make
There's the
that
British
up?
Museum in there. There's the British music history.
I wondered why
in
they
there.
were shouting at me when I parked my car in
In there, no.
and there was all these historical artifacts.
I don't.
I'm really interested though because I've been to see U2
Right.
at Wembley Arena, the old Wembley Arena.
Yes.
I've been to see Peter Gabriel at Earls Court,
Okay.
and I've also been to see acts at O2, and I'm curious why O2, just because of the size of it, or
There's
'cause it's a
something
funny old
about
thing.
it. There's something about it. There's that and the Royal Albert Hall actually, which are something.
I saw
amazing.
Harry Connick Jr. there. That is a really good
I've
venue.
seen Brian Adams doing an unplugged, just him with the guitar there.
Get out of
Like,
town.
this was last year.
Oh,
actually.
my.
This is like a gig off.
Oh, it's amazing.
You seem the best person.
But there's something about the O2, because I've been there so much lately,
Right.
and so my idols there. That just a dream.
Do they know you on the gate? Do they know you by name?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yes,
All right.
they do.
Come in, Ivan.
Yeah,
come on.
in.
Hey, we'll give
Bye.
you. Yeah.
Yes,
Go and get
that's
yourself a
cool.
hot dog.
Yeah, but there are special nuts they give you. They keep some away on the side for me because I know I want that particular.
Nuts.
Yes, and I go nuts for these nuts actually.
Really? Okay. Okay, so we're going to play some more music. We've got 15 minutes left. We're going to be talking to Ivan. We'll talk to you a bit more
Okay.
very shortly. We'll have another song. We've got the Veronicas with Untouched and one more song from our year of request. So all of that,
cool.
Very cool it is, coming up in the next 15 minutes here on One Good Evening.
Malta's pride on the FM dial. 92.7 FM. One Radio.
Days of My Life by none other than by none other than Winter Moods, and of course Ivan from Winter Moods is in the studio with us tonight.
exciting.
We've only got 5 minutes left, and we've
Wow.
got to fit another song on. So Trudes, it's your last
All right.
questions.
Okay, time
No,
to grill.
actually, I'm going to give you another hour to your program.
Thank
Okay.
you,
Hey,
thank
thanks
you.
ever
I
so
just
much.
fixed it
Can
now.
you speak to the boss?
going.
You've organised that for
Yes,
us.
yes,
haven't you? Perfect,
Sweet,
perfect.
sweet. Okay, I'm gonna ask you about what you're doing at the moment, because I know that, I mean, what a great track, and you've released this track
Yes.
from your new album,
Yep.
which you haven't released yet. When is the new album
Well,
coming out?
we're thinking that by the end of January, beginning of February, that's when the release is going to be. This
Okay.
song is the soundtrack of a local movie which just has been released, and one was actually involved in the production. It's called Silhouette. So, and it's doing really well. We're getting good feedback from Winter Moods followers and new people, which makes a difference.
Because when I was doing my research on you guys, I noticed that you've actually featured on a lot of local movies, haven't
Yes,
you?
yes.
And is that something that you really enjoy?
They ask us, and they are friends, so we like to collaborate, and it gives the song another dimension. It gives the song another pull
Another
for people.
platform,
Yes,
eh?
yes, and we do a lot of things for charity as well. we released an EP for charity, and we do a lot of concerts where all the money goes to charity and stuff.
Oh,
And,
tell me about that.
You know, we've done it with animals before. We used to help animal NGOs that help animals as well. But then I got involved with Putin Who Cares, and you know, my heart is all there. All of us. It's just like you see how they help people in need, and you are right there for the people when it hits. You know, I've been through it in my family, so I know what it's like when you're hit with the news. It's just like, my God, what's happening now? At those times, it was hard.
So if anybody who's not listening, do you want to just take a second to explain what
Yes.
Putin Who Cares does?
Putin Who Cares helps people who have to go for treatment outside of the country, mainly in London, where the best treatment for cancer is. So they have residences there where people who are hit with the illness, and by the way, I must put the message through that the percentage of people going through it and getting positive results has it's like nearly 70%. So
Wow.
you know, from 68%, and it goes up. Children even more.
Wow.
So that's
Wow.
great, you know, because we have this perception that, oh God, people say, you know, I've got it, it's the end. It's not. A lot of people are making it through and back to normal life.
Which is
and
great news.
And Putin helps, because they put you in a residence, you don't pay anything, you've got all facilities, internet, telephone, television, everything. You can take your wife, your kids with you, and you're there for the treatment.
So
And
you
everything-
guys have been supporting this with your
Yes.
with what? With your
with my
your
music,
album and
EPs, you know, I go on programs and talk about it and tell people to donate. And there are other artists as well who do a lot for. Thank God, you know, the Maltese artists are very kind-hearted, actually.
Great stuff. So they can help towards a charity by buying an album.
But yeah, we have an EP for sale.
Great.
It's called Shemsh, and there's also the song with Joseph Calais on it.
Fantastic.
Which is Miss You. So, and every single penny from that CD goes to Patino. You know,
Ivan, I'm really sorry we can't talk to you longer.
I know.
Briefly, when can we catch you on TV?
okay, it's on Saturday night.
Yep.
After the news, 8:40 every Saturday.
Here on One, of course.
On One, of course.
Thank you so much for coming
Yes.
in.
Woo!
So look, I'm gonna
Fantastic.
leave us with one song from the year 1999. We've got to hand over to Izaza Yustatsu. They're outside waiting. But just to end the show, and by the way, thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for listening and getting in touch. Fatboy Slim and Praise You. Great song from the year.
Fantastic.
Thanks again. See you later. Trudy and I will be back tomorrow, 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
for TFI Friday. It's 14 minutes past 8. Good evening. Izaza
Thank you.
Yustatsu
Ciao.
is next.
Have a
Ciao,
good
ciao,
evening.
ciao.
We've come a long